constitutional ambiguities associated with the Article 370 have now come to an end, with the path-breaking judgment of the Supreme Court of India. Recently, the Supreme Court held the constitutional order that revoked Article 370 as valid. Even though Article 370 and Article 35A are a thing of the past on 5th of August, 2019, this validation is crucial for setting history right and preserving constitutional discourse. The signature of the document of accession by Maharaja Hari Singh finalized the princely state of Jammu Kashmir's accession to India on October 26, 1947. It was a constitutional process of integration that was suspended because of Pakistan's invasion and war. The insertion of an unprecedented temporary provision of Article 370, as well as the postponement of accession, created an unusual scenario in India. Till 2019, the national institutions, from Parliament to the Controller and Auditor General, played a limited function in the state. The state did not have panchayat-level administration. Political representation was not provided to scheduled tribes, while scheduled castes from other states were not given equal opportunity. Refugees from West Pakistan, Gorkhas, and others endured various kinds of discrimination in the name of the special status. It was a deliberate assassination of democracy, using the temporary and transitional reason as a permanent special status. When nationalists in Jammu and Kashmir and the rest of India constantly opposed and fought against such undemocratic provisions, Islamic fundamentalists utilized the opportunity to foster separatist inclinations. Kashmiri language and traditions were suppressed, and the residents were denied their fundamental rights. People were alienated by poor governance and corrupt administrations. Infiltration from Pakistan had also persisted. All of this resulted in terrorism and violence in the valley. So, to overcome the negative impacts of the interim provisions, the Union government made the required changes in 2019. As a result, the constitution and parliamentary sovereignty became fully applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. In its lengthy ruling, the Supreme Court agreed that the accession was complete and that Jammu and Kashmir had no internal sovereignty, which was a big win for nationalists, who battled and sacrificed for 7 decades after independence. Article 370 was never permanent, and blackmailing with separatist language through the Constituent Assembly Clause was a ruse. There was a steady battle against these malign objectives. Kashmir, an integral part of India, was always an emotive call by the nationalists, while we are special, and thus separate, was the Kashmiri leadership's positioning. With the presidential orders of August 2019, the long battle had ended. And the ratification by the Supreme Court has put a full stop to the misinformation and misrepresentation of the constitutional provisions in political and intellectual circles. The ruling enabled Jammu Kashmir's constitutional unification as envisioned by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Now, this ratification will pave the road for Jammu and Kashmir to reclaim its genuine paradise status. There is no doubt that Jammu and Kashmir will restore its splendor and democratic participation of all. Even those living in exile and refugee camps would be secured.